So hello and welcome once again to my 00 gauge layout in New Junction. This time you join me on the 4-track main line and the heritage line, because I've got 3 trains running on their main line and the heritage line's running as well, just about. Right, come and join me now and I'll show you the progress I've been up to since the last video. As ever, I'm joined tonight in this video by Lulu, the trusty Cocker Spaniel, who's always underneath the layout. In amongst plasticard apparently today. Whoopies. Say hello. Oh, doesn't she look tired? Bored of trains yet? So first things first, I bring you slightly closer in to the road bridge on the heritage line. Now, very subtle details have gone in. I've added in a barbed wire fence, but mainly I've added in some road signs, as you can see down below. Now they are Scenics stickable road signs. They've already been cut out. As you can see, it just starts enhancing the area before I put more foliage in around the bridgeway, and it's starting to look the part now. I've also, I don't know if you can quite see, I'll put my hand through. I've cut a hole all the way through the polystyrene through the layout, because eventually I want the Weissman cars, once I complete the bridge further on the heritage line, to be able to run around the layout, because that'd be quite spectacular, I think. So another area I have been improving on, and I say I have called in some help from John of John JMC, the YouTube channel, link in the description. Now, he is some people's guru of sound. He's my guru of all things electrics, in this case point motors, and we've actually begun. Again, I got John to do it. So the inside set of points on both sides are now wired up with the DCC Concepts Cobalt digital motors, which now gives me so much more play value, just where the 66 has just gone. And a fair play to John for coming over and doing that for me, because as you can imagine, there's probably only that much space between the top of my baseboard and the underside of the track bed board. So he was able to not only put the point motors in, but agile enough to fit them properly for me as well. And they're all coded to match the same, so now we have the play value that I can stop a passenger train in the station behind me and go past with a slow freight and things like that. So, getting there slowly. Now, a few people have asked the question, why do my points go from the up slow in this case to the up fast as opposed to the other way around? Now, if you imagine as the way the tracks will go, the fast line goes to a non-stopping platform. So first platform, even though it goes next to it, is non-stopping. So on the slow line, if you've got a passenger train which is going to stop, the points have to go to the up fast, in this case, to be able to bypass the stopping train and therefore have the play value. So that's why they're that way round as opposed to the other way around. And then when I'm done and the train needs to go back on a gauge master controller, it's a simple case of press the accessory button, and in this case accessory 1 represents the 2 point motors under here. Just enter and change their position. And there we go. And next time round, through the magic of editing, I will speed this up, but next time round the train will go straight through the points. Right, so I've come a bit further down the main line because now I've got working points and I'm thinking about electrics. The next natural phase for this layout is, of course, signals. Now, I have an absolute aspects signal. This is the first one I've got for the layout, and it's a 3-aspect. They come in very nice boxes, and of course, here it is. So this will need installing. I'm probably going to do this on a separate video because I'd like to cover it properly, because it's always nice to have a how-to guide on how to put these things in, because it's for the novice like myself, it's not the most simplest of processes, so hopefully a video will make it fairly simple and accessible. But yeah, now I've got to think about where the signals go on the layout, where I want to stop trains for both realistic purposes for the points and of course scenic options as they go around, which is more complicated than you would think because I've got to consider the layout in exhibition mode. Right, might need a few more of these. So now I've got working points on the layout, the risk of short circuits through derailment on the points is much higher. So as you can see, the Black 5 trains happily, merrily going through the points. But of course, last time I mentioned I had this DCC Concepts Intelligent Circuit Breaker, it's called. Now that's upside down to you. But so how this works is I've got my power supply for the Gauge Master controller. That's the Gauge Master controller. Then it goes into this, which tells me how many volts and amps are going into the layout being used. And then this, in effect, is a trip circuit. And there's no soldering. You just screw your wires into these terminals, and then you set how high you want the ampage to be before it trips out. So basically, if we get a short, this trips before my locos do. And at £100 a sound chip in each loco sat on the layout, this is well worth an investment. Again, non-affiliated link in the description. So some of you eagle-eyed viewers will notice we have some excitement on the layout. Now, we've got a mix of borrowed steam in the name of the 8F and the Black 5 rolling around. They're from John JMC. I really am getting a good deal out of knowing him, aren't I? But the other, we have a couple of brand new announcements from Accurascale. So the first one is the return of the originally Hatton's original snow ploughs. They are being taken under the wings and Accurascaled, as it were. And also you'll notice the 16-tonners, which are being pulled around backwards by the 8F. Backwards because it's a heritage line. Now, both of these, particularly the 16-tonners, are very nice indeed. The 16-tonners are about to land as I film this video, so that's sort of the end of 2024, early 2025. And the snow ploughs will be here second half of 2025. But of course, you can pre-order them today on the Accurascale website for no deposit, or you can grab your 16-tonners as and when they land. I also have to give a shameless plug to Rusty Rails, good old Birch, who sent me one of these. This is a 3D printed speed camera. If I can focus on it. Nope, there we go. Posable, etc. As you can see, I've got a nice bit of blue tack on the bottom, which is pointless, but I thought quite a funny scene would be it's flashed at Mr. Bean, and he's crashed into it at exactly the same time, which is quite fun. Again, it's all these small details which start to build up the bigger picture on the scene and add to the total look of the layout. So moving on from the road bridge, my main focus now is this side of the layout. Now, if I just put the camera down steadily, I've stopped all the trains bar one because I'm on the outside of the layout, and if there's a problem, the controller and the power aren't easily accessible. So, as you can see, these sort of grassy hills are quite nice. They've got the multiple colours of grass and things on them, but I want to now build them up with the bushes and things. So you've got the sea foam and the woodland scenics shrub. I've also given up with the clay bridge. I'm going to make something out of plasticard, just where the 8F's about to go through now, because ultimately I want the Weissman car set up to come up and over and follow the road round and just add a bit more interest to this part of the scene. Otherwise, quite happy with this side, and it won't be long before we move on to the other side. So here's a question for you all. With that in mind, that I'm sort of happy with how this front section is getting on, I want to take the layout out and then turn it around so I can work on the station side a bit more easily in the garage. So it gives me the opportunity to put the layout up once again in exhibition mode. Now, if you'd like to see that, do let me know down below in the comments. We may even be able to have a running session in full exhibition mode, but watch this space on that one. But no, for now, very quickly I'm going to fill this up with scenery. In fact, that's what I'm going to do after I finish recording this video. And there we are. Hopefully that was enjoyable. Do let me know down below in the comments if you've got any feedback on the video you've just watched. And of course, do let me know if you'd like to see the layout once again in exhibition mode, as we discussed earlier. Right, thank you very much as ever for watching, and thank you very much to the channel patrons. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you hopefully very soon in the next one. Bye for now.